Why don't we go into this, Hoge? This is the Adam Hoge did the deep work on the 4th and 1 play where Caleb got had options but ended up intercepted and the ball game was over. So, Hoge, why don't you take it from here?
Yeah, and Lance, feel free to jump in at any point.
Okay.
But we've learned some things about this play. By now you've probably heard it's the same play that ran in Philly on the touchdown to Kmet a week ago.
There's a tendency. It is something that Green Bay would have seen on tape and said, hey, in this situation, this is what we expect.
And they saw it on 4th down in the second quarter in this game, which Caleb just kept it, which is an option on the play. So let's say top screen is from Philly last week. Bottom is from Green Bay. You can see same right hash. They're going to boot the same direction to the left. Now, Ben Johnson does like to dress things up. We know this, make the same things look different. So there is a little bit of a difference here. You see Colson Loveland last week against Philly. He doesn't go anywhere. He stays and is the guy that blocks down on this linebacker there. This week, there's Olamide on the edge, and Colson Loveland actually goes in motion across the formation, okay? That's more to dress things up a little bit because otherwise our concepts slightly different, but the same in that on both plays, right? You have DeAndre Swift in the flat. You have Cole Kmet leaking out, same thing as he did last week, leaking out. And then you're going to have DJ Moore here. Now, in the top one, you just can't see him. He's right over here off the screen, okay? And last week, he ran like this kind of route.
Yeah,
whereas
drag.
This week, he goes behind the formation and leaks out kind of that way late.
Yep.
So small differences, but when we're talking about DeAndre Swift in the flat, Cole Kmet trying to sneak out and be wide open, and then DJ Moore leaking out as a late option. Also, Caleb has the ability to run it if he needs to. We'll go to the next slide now. Now, I purposely froze these in the same exact spots of, the play.
Yeah.
So we got the play action handoff. Now, small difference. I do feel like Caleb's play action yesterday was a little bit lazier. Notice how the ball is not extended as much in this spot. So just small little thing.
The other thing, with DJ being on that side and instead of him doing a shallow drag across the line of scrimmage, him doing it behind the line of scrimmage, he was the one player where we said he leaked late. In this situation, you really want that threat to come out right now. You want him to be able to leak right now so that he has an option, or you might be able to pull a defender up to create more for the back end.
And here's why that mattered so much, because we learned.
Then he would have really been wide open if that had happened.
Well, we learned this from the Packers locker room. Shout out Matt Schneidman, who covers the Packers. So Keyshawn Nixon, number 25 down here, was in man coverage against DJ Moore. Remember, he's the one who ends up picking off this pass. So what he said was when they put Colson in motion, they passed off the coverage. So Evan Williams right here, number 33, he's in man coverage against Cole Kmet. All right. Now what ends up happening was he leaves Cole to go cover DeAndre Swift in the flat, which he wasn't supposed to do. This came out of the Packers locker room yesterday. And Keyshawn Nixon recognizes he's following DJ Moore right here in the back. He recognized, oh no, Cole's coming wide open. Maybe that's because of tape. Maybe that's because they saw this play last week and earlier in the game. So he comes off and ends up picking up Cole Kmet in coverage.
Ooh, which probably could mean too if that was the case, if Caleb was able to see this quick and throw it right now immediately. That's why, especially right down by the end zone, it's good to get that reaction right now. So we get somebody in somebody's eye right now. So if DJ runs that shallow arrow right now, we can grab somebody. We can make a choice right now. So you're either going to go deep or you're going to go short. But the longer this takes, the worse the situation is for our offense.
And that's where the timing, and I'm going to show this to you, why the timing matters so much. Now, again, top is Philly last week. Biggest thing here, DeAndre Swift's wide open in the flat. Caleb knows it. Now, it's kind of hard to see in these screenshots, but you'll notice just a slight difference in his helmet, in his vision. So Caleb knows, this is last week in Philly. I have the flat. I have this. So I'm going to peek I'm gonna peek to see if Cole Kmet is there because I know I have the underneath flat. Let me peek real quick. We're here yesterday against Green Bay. He's not as open, right?
Yeah.
Like, there's all these guys here, and I think because whether it's confusion or it's just a different look he's seeing, his eyes to me are still hanging on the flat too long.
Throw it right now.
Where dude, Cole's got Nixon
Throw
beat.
it right
Cole's got Nixon
now.
beat. So he doesn't peek.
It's not even Nixon, though. One of the linebackers in there is supposed to be covering Cole and got deked out. I think it's the guy all the way up front, right?
33 was who was on man coverage against Cole, and he went to go cover the flat.
Right.
Right.
So no one's covering him right now. And,
Correct.
Right. You want your quarterback to be thinking, okay, this is covered. Cole might be open, right? But instead he hangs on it longer. He hangs on it longer. And again, I'm trying to pause. Look, where his feet are on the hash. Feet are on the hash. We're in the exact same spot. Okay. The other thing, as we go to the next one. Okay. I want you to notice where Caleb is. Distance from the hash here. You can see the timing. He's already farther over here. So this play is taking longer. At this point, last week against Philly, he's pump faking this to DeAndre because he knows he's going to go to Cole, who, notice, isn't looking yet. This thing's still developing where Caleb knows I'm going to pump fake this and I am going to throw this to Cole, we're talking anticipation here. This week against Green Bay, this is the first time I could see from the tight end zone angle that he actually looks at Cole. Look at Cole. Cole's already turned his head. He's already waiting for the ball. So this shows you how the timing is different. Caleb's farther over, closer to these numbers than he was last week, okay? And Cole is down here already looking for the ball. So this whole thing is taking longer than it did last week when Caleb threw this with anticipation. All right, and that's allowing Keyshawn Nixon to close. Now I'm going to go I froze these again. Here, jump man. We're jump manning like he likes to do. Same exact moment, same exact throw. It's pretty remarkable, actually. But it's a small little thing, but he's on this side of the numbers here last week against Philly. He's drifted all the way over here. So, again, I'm just trying to show you the timing difference a little bit. We'll look back at the all-22 angle. Okay, I froze it at the exact same time. We're in the moment where we're throwing it last week against Philly. We're throwing it here against Green Bay.
He's more open against
the Green Bay. You got to see the defender underneath when you make this throw.
Yeah.
You have to know that this has to go over the top. This is going to be a back of the end zone catch.
Carm, what Lance is talking about right here is it looks like he's more open against Green Bay. But if you actually look at where Nixon is, he's farther inside. Whereas Blankenship last week is trailing.
Yep.
So it creates a throwing angle last week where Cole can go that way. To me, it's more important that this throw goes more towards the corner, right? Because Nixon has this underneath, and then we'll freeze it at the catch point. So just concentrate on the top. This is last week against Philly. Cole's able to just run under this ball. Like it's all timed up. He's running right underneath it. Whereas here, the same track would have been like this way if he had just kept leading him.
It's got to come over the top.
Yeah.
It's got to come over the top.
And instead, Cole has stopped his feet. He's actually moving back because this ball was so underthrown. Look, this is a long way of saying I think it was still open either way. The throw, it's a tick late.
Yep.
We're talking minuscule differences from last week. Yeah, you can take it off, Steven. Thank you. And it's just the throw's just not as good.
Right.
It's just not as good. And so a tick late, not as accurate. The difference between an amazing touchdown last week against the Eagles and an interception against the Packers.
And really understanding what you need in that situation, what kind of throw is necessary, for if you're going to go for the home run. And if not, if you're going to hold it, go get the first down. Go get the first down. And we can work from there. But if you're going to go for the home run, make the home run type of throw.